Welcome back, it's Laura at Hyperstamper. I have a new junk journal here to show you, and this cover is a 1920s novel, Madge's Mistake, a very popular book from the 20s, and this one is a beautiful cover with green leaves and these yellow circles, colored circles. There is one mark here, but I honestly have been working on this book for about a week and I only just noticed it today, so it kind of blends right in. I made this bangle out of some vintage jewelry pieces here, and I was lucky enough to find some that kind of matched the color, and some ribbon. That's a removable clip. And let's take a look inside this pretty 100-year-old book. I left the original inscription here from Violet Brewer. Lovely old name. Original first pages. And then this is the 1955 American road map. And that is from that 1920s and 30s photo book that I have been using. Lovely little house in, I believe, in Toronto. And over here is a 1950s bingo card. And you can journal in the back of that or use it for more crafts or more junk journaling, ephemera. A really lovely fuzzy cardstock page here from a children's book from the 20s. And this is another lovely, I love the font in this book. It's very Art Deco-y. It's very indicative of the time that it was published, which is the 20s. And I have another one of these bank interest notes. This one's from Germany from 1922, expiring in 25. And this is a little triple pocket here. I've got some trim from Vintage Upholstery. Just a blank, mostly blank antique book page there, and one of these Pearl Shops receipts from the 50s. Blank one there. You can journal in the front and the back. And a 1950s recipe book page. I swear to God, this looks like canned spaghetti. It just cracked me up when I saw this one. Yeah, pretty sweet. A picture encyclopedia for every occasion. Another one of these little children pages here, a rainy day photo. And here's one that a little child over the last 100 years colored with some crayons or pencil crayons. Just lovely. I love that so much. And I just put a little bit of antique paper on top of this page here, which is from 1856. And this one is about France. Just a little cluster there. And I always try to reinforce these 1800 pages because they are quite thin and brittle. This is the most lovely plate, and it is from this book. There was only 2 plates in the whole book, and this is one of them. I just think that is so sweet, the girl rowing the boat for her gentleman friend there. And, whoops, sorry, a little bit of glue there. And there's another one of those in 1955 American Road Map Atlas pages. And look at this fun receipt here from Bond Bread Bakers. Try saying that 3 times fast. Bond Bread Bakers, Bond Bread Bakers, Bond Bread Bakers. Nope, can't do it. And I made that pocket out of a, let's see here, 1934 music sheet here. And this is a plate from a book. It's double-sided actually. So we've got a full color on one side and this on the other, and that's from Renaissance Art book, antique book of antique paintings. And another book here from the page from the 50s. And this is a vintage, huge vintage how to color or how to paint book. And this is one of the illustrations in there. And they've got the little arrows that tell you what color is what. Another fun one here. And here is a vintage postcard. Look at these little children at the bank of the river. And I think that is so sweet. Actually, this is very antique. It's 1905, March 13th, 1905. And the little note that you can read on the back there. And this is from the 1915 Girls' Own Annual book, not a magazine. And look at this lovely, lovely illustration here drawn by Cracky. And a horse on the other side. Lovely. Oh, I'm so in love with those illustrations. And this is from a vintage Victoriana furniture book. And this is really quite special here. This is from 1914, and it's a whole letter here to Annie Johnson. And that is just a really, sometimes they didn't use postcards. It was already, the stamp's already printed on there. So you just buy it, write your note, and usually got delivered within a day by Pony. Camp of the Gypsies, also from the 30s there. Look at that. That's fantastic. Love it. Another atlas page. Pulled that from a book, The Days of Her Life. I thought that was great for a journal page. 1950s Theatre Arts Magazine. Look at that. Edinburgh Festival, 1957. Isn't that awesome? And then I have a vintage playing card in here. Is well loved. Really, really pretty pink and gold cover on that. And this is from another Dr. Seuss book from the 70s. And I can't believe that is now considered vintage, but it is. And stories from Scandinavia here, from the Folklore, Fables, and Fairy Tales books. And I pulled a page here that says Beloved on the title. Look at this sweet, look at the little bathing costumes they used to call them. Very sweet. Another fuzzy page here, hard cardstock, and another picture of the boy falling out of the tree. Looks like the squirrels might have pushed him. Not funny, not funny. And another lovely illustration here from that same folklore book. Big Little Z. I think you say Z in the States, but let's say Z here. Tomato, tomato. Another journaling page here, you know, music page pocket. An antique music book. Look at that little ledger page there. Lots of clusters. This is from a vintage bird watcher's log book. So you can journal on the backs here. And this is a little removable paper clip here that I did with a vintage earring. Made that out of that. And I've got the 1938 Paris, France Almanac page here. And that is December 1st and 2nd. So some really cool articles there. And over here is one of the last of these English wildflower book pages. Very, very sweet. I did tea dye them. They're already vintage. I just wanted them a little more vintage looking instead of pristine. Really fun little story here from a children's book page. And I acquired another roll of this from my sister who was holding out on me. It is from the early 1900s when they would have handmade the children's wallpaper border. So they would have rolled it each time with a different color. And I just love it. It's got the gold bottoms and tops, and it's just very, very sweet, very special. Canasta scorecard there from the 50s. And an advertisement here from a university newsletter from the 50s as well. And this is from a vintage book here with a wonderful illustration there. Look at that. That is stunning. And we have a little sweet little poem here from a children's book, The Crown, and on the other side, Play and Laughter. Oh my gosh, another bird watcher's log page there. And that brings us to the end. So I'm about to put that on Etsy, hyperstamper.etsy.com. Thanks.